Alex Hormozi talks about the journey of entrepreneurship and how you go through 5 different stages before actually achieving success. The problem is that there's a flaw in this system, and I want to help you solve that problem with 2 simple steps before you actually start your journey. Let me lay the foundation by first giving you the 5 different stages. Stage number 1 is uninformed optimism. Stage number 2 is informed pessimism. Stage number 3 is the valley of despair, which we'll talk about later. Stage number 4 is informed optimism. Stage number 5 is finally achievement. Now, the problem with entrepreneurship is that most people's businesses fail within the first 2 to 3 stages and then continue to go through a series of hopping onto the next bright and shiny object that promises to make them rich with little to no effort, not realizing that they're only on a continuous hamster wheel that's ultimately going to end up in failure after failure. The problem with this is that most people can only endure so much failure before they completely either give up on themselves or give up on running a business altogether, just thinking that it's not for them. I want to get deeper into this topic because I feel like it's one that nobody ever really talks about. I want people to have clarity and understanding as to what they're probably going to walk into when they first start building their business. Now, the good news is that there are solutions and plenty of them, but you need to understand what you're walking into before you start. For starters, when you walk into the valley of despair, you feel like you're walking through thick fog where every step forward just feels uncertain. That's exactly what no one ever tells you. This is kind of where you're building your strength as an entrepreneur because it's so difficult that the mental fortitude that comes out of it is kind of an extreme amount if you get through it. It's where you learn to differentiate between enthusiasm and unwavering commitment, just like a positive attitude versus someone that's actually willing to put in the work and grind and figure out how to solve problems in their business to get them to the other side of the road. The key thing to remember here is that when you're in it, know that every single entrepreneur out there that's ever become successful has walked this same path. They've all felt lost, they've all questioned their choices, they've all doubted themselves, and they've all had to push through even when they didn't see the end anywhere in sight. That really is the secret sauce, which is not a secret sauce at all. It's more so just telling you what you're about to walk into so that you can prepare for that. I can give you some tips and tricks that might help make it a little bit easier for you along the process. The reason why I personally think that people have to go through this process is simply because owning a business is very difficult. If you can't walk this path at the beginning, you can't see the fruits of your labor. This is like lifting weights at the gym. If you want to be able to hold 500 pounds or be able to lift that amount of weight, then you can't start off by lifting 20 pounds and think that you can just transition to 500. If you want to go from making $20,000 a month to $500,000 a month, you need to be able to lift the mental weights that will get you to that place. So understand that this is all purposeful and that this is a journey that's necessary for you to go through to learn what you need to learn and get to where you want to be. Don't get me wrong, it does require for you to push yourself, but the difference is when it's something that you really want to see come to fruition and you're driven enough to make your business succeed, there's nothing that can stop you from getting there. Step number 2 is finding a mentor who's already walked the path and learning from them. I talk about this a lot. Most other business owners talk about it as well because none of us got here on our own. One of the most important lessons that I learned on my journey is that trying to use free information on the internet is highly unlikely to actually get you the end result that you're looking for, even if you think it might. Paid mentorship, whether it be an online course, coaching program, or other service, is the quickest and most important investment that you can make. If you think that paying for a service like that or to get help from someone is wasting money, you're probably dead wrong, and I'll tell you why. What happens is you have people that try to do everything themselves and they try to figure it all out themselves, and they waste 1 to 2 years troubleshooting problems that are very simple to resolve just because they didn't find a mentor. If you account for the wasted time, which translates to money on the other end, how far do you think your business would be right now if you would have just invested in a mentor that got you there in 1 to 2 months instead of 1 to 2 years? You do the math, but I can tell you that it doesn't add up. One thing I do want to mention is that honestly, I'm not trying to sell you a service here. You don't have to buy anything from me. You don't have to work with my team to grow your business. I'm saying this because I credit my success and the success of those around me to having actual mentorship from people who know more than them and have walked the path that they were walking down prior. Yes, I am the one that built my business, put in the work, took action, did everything I needed to become successful. But at the other end of the scale, when I didn't know how to walk that path, there was someone there teaching me and showing me how I could get there even quicker. So I credit a lot of my success to the mentors and the people that were highly successful people that trained me and helped me when I needed that support most. Lastly, if you are even remotely on the fence about starting an online business, I want to give you confidence in the fact that this is the wave of the future. There are a lot of people that are stuck in the 9-to-5 mindset that think that this is the way that things should be done because it's how it's always been done, but they have not realized that most of their jobs are going to disappear in the coming years. With AI being an enormous factor for growth and scaling businesses all over the world, most of the jobs are going to be eliminated, which means as a creator or as a business owner or as a coach or as any other person that's selling a digital product or service on the internet, this is the time to start building now. So I want to give you that confidence that you are walking the right path and to just keep moving forward. If you got any value from this video, go ahead and subscribe for more.